Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Evan Aldo here. So, what's going on, guys? Always appreciate you guys. What's up, Jed, husband, Wonderbar? Always appreciate you, Wonderbar. What's up, Johnny M? What's up, James? So, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, let's just look at, so, I mean, the first thing everybody wants to see here is, you know, bull, bear case. I mean, you know, it's been a little bit conflicting, you know what I mean? It's been that kind of conflicting market. As I talked about, you know, in the video yesterday that I uploaded for you guys, we were talking about that. And I mean, it happens. You know, it's kind of, you had these bearish things, trigger wave right here, confirmed on the 3-day. 4-day, you didn't confirm it. You came up with the VWAP, and now we are holding that area and potentially coming up to 65, 66K, and then 70K potentially. So, dodging some bullets here. I mean, you do have a trigger wave forming on the weekly. You know, it doesn't mean anything. What's up to the 10? What's up to 10? And let's see. Let's see, coming up here. So, yeah, potentially money, you know, coming up a little bit more here. Jumping up to that point. I didn't delete any message. I don't know what. You could retype what you were trying to say. The YouTube has, I mean, maybe bad language or something. Let's see here. So, yeah, potentially jumping off to this point. So we don't have much in between where we are and 70K. That's why I was talking about 70K. All we have is this trend line at 65. You know, coming into the election, maybe, you know, they pump it up for the last month. Maybe they come up to 70K. It's probable. Decent shot at it. Really dodged the bearish bullet. Really dodged the bearish bullet. Everything looks decent. Not bad, decent. But I wouldn't say it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But overall, looks decent. Above average, let's say. Same thing with ETH right here. So, you know, you had a lot of bearish signs that could have easily brought you down to these points. I'm not saying that we're definitely not going to retest those, but you're sort of nullifying kind of that, you know, trigger wave, not trigger wave, but that red dot here, and kind of nullifying this blood diamond with potentially the trigger wave forming. Still a little bit early though, you know, still a little bit early. 5-day, you're coming into the, I mean, this is still the main bear case, I would argue, on the 5-day, because your money flow is coming out and your VWAP is coming down. Usually that does bring you down lower. Combined with kind of the red Heikin-Ashi on the weekly, you know, you didn't get the green Heikin-Ashi on the 2-week yet, which I would argue once you see that green Heikin-Ashi on the 2-week, that would give us some more confidence here. But the daily looks good, so there's kind of enough. You know, like I've talked about, I'm not going to tell you to stop loss or to take profit on this, but you know, that's kind of what we've been looking at. You know, yeah, potentially to jump up a little bit more. If you guys are interested in more info on this particular trade, link is in the description below for the Discord. If you want one free month in it, if you sign up to the exchange, any of the exchanges down below, Bybit, BloFin, or JUMPEX down below. JUMPEX is the one I'm using right here. I'll give you one free month in Discord, so check it out. Check out that promo. So, yeah, and then trying to jump upward a little bit more here. Red dot in 3-day and green dot in 1-day. You know, it depends. You have to look at that combined with a few other things. I mean, I think that I would argue that this would kind of strengthen the argument that the 3-day is going to get a trigger wave and kind of dodge this bearish bullet pretty nicely here. That's what I would kind of argue it means. I'm not sure. Are you asking on? Nah, yeah, yeah, true. Well, both could be said here. It looks like you're dodging the bearish bullet. That's what it looks like. It looks like you're dodging the bearish bullet. So, yeah. And ultimately, let's see. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, potentially jumping up a little bit more. You know, a little bit more, 59 or 60%. That's what we're looking at here, potentially. When am I coming back? After the election. That's when I'm coming back. I'll be headed to Bali next. And we'll see what happens. I may never come back. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll see. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, I mean, I think you're getting to the top. You may have a little bit more here, like we've talked about. It's a boring freaking slow chart, but yeah. TLT. Well, the lives I used to do pretty sporadically in America when I was in America as well. It's similar times now, so, you know, I mean, I've never been on a set schedule. I could try to do them more around New York Open every day, but I feel like you know, I'd spread it out a little bit. I mean, what time do you want me to do it, James? What time should I do it? Yeah, we can look at Sui. I think this will turn around relatively soon as this VWAP comes up on the weekly. You could come down a little bit more. It was like big news on, you know, treasuries. I usually look at the 30-year, but, you know, they've been jumping. I think that's not going to last too much longer, but it could last a little bit more. I think the weekly will kind of eventually bring us down when it comes into the red there, but that 2-week looks pretty good here, so it's interesting. So, yeah. Well, yeah, we could look at SUI, why not? I've not looked at SUI in a minute. So the big thing we've talked about here is potentially coming down a little bit, but now it's really trying to jump up a little bit more here. And the next place we could look at, you know, you've really dodged some major bearish bullets here. I thought we would, you know, come down a little bit more. 326 seems like the next place that we could potentially jump up to here, which is not a bad jump from where we are. Take one step at a time, but it does look pretty good with the money flow here. Looks like we really dodged that bearish bullet, and then we're going to come up and continue forward. So that does look pretty good overall, guys. That does look pretty good in that chart. Avi's another one. Came down, trigger wave. You know, there's a lot of stuff here. Crypto.com, this has been a depressor. This and kind of Atom, or I mean ApeCoin to a certain extent. Trying to hold this area. I think we might. That daily could jump up. Trying to get back up a little bit more here. Yeah, this thing is a depressor. I don't know if it looks the best, but yeah. ApeCoin, I would argue ApeCoin looks a little bit better in Crow. The daily trigger, yeah. As long as we could hold this level, then you're potentially looking at, you know, if we could break above and hold $1, which we have not done since June, been a few months now, then you're kind of back in a good, you know, I would argue a better place for this, a much better place for this, and then we could, you know, hopefully forget about these sub-dollar areas and, you know, try to set a time for a lot of people to watch you. Live pretty smart around, let's see. Okay, so 9 a.m. Eastern, so New York Open. That's the thing too, that's why I've done it a bit sporadically, like it's a little bit later today because it helps out the West Coast, you know. You know, that situation. So yeah, I mean, I've always done it a bit sporadically, as I probably will continue to do. But I mean, New York Open's too early for the people on the West Coast. That's the problem with it. Unless you're waking up at 6 a.m. on the West Coast, which, I mean, some people do, but the majority of people do not wake up at 6 a.m. So yeah. Look at VeChain, I think can do something. Yeah, I mean, continuing. A lot of this stuff looks good. I mean, like I've said, the stars are aligning. And then we got some bearish bullets. We kind of dodged those. Trigger wave right there. You know, I mean, I already own a lot of this stuff. I have a lot of altcoins. I mean, where I am at, yeah, I mean, you could buy some more, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is the idea? The ideal time is going to be different for everyone in a different time zone. That's the thing. I mean, 11 or 12 a.m. Eastern kind of suits most people. You know, aside, it would be kind of late for people in Asia, but yeah. That's where we are right now. We're at 12:30, you know, 12:30 Eastern, so yeah. VeChain right there. Man, I'm trying to think here. 12 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate that. Shout out to the 10. Oh yeah, let's look at, yeah. Let's look at Peppy. So I mean, the big place what you want to do here is looking at this. Okay, it doesn't look terrible on the high time frames. The 5 days questionable. You know, looking like you want to dodge those bearish bullets. I mean, it's not impossible for this to reject from here and roll over. Keep in mind, I know that I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know that Crypto Face I think is not as like adamant about this as it used to be. I could be wrong. 12 Eastern, so that would be 9 a.m. That's a lot what I used to do it, but I feel like 12 Eastern, like you're not. I mean, generally 12 Eastern is kind of like right now, but I mean, you know, it's not like, I don't know. Sometimes it's not like the best time for market moving, but you could try to do that. You know, try to do that a little bit more on certain days. Maybe certain days I'll do that, but I'm not the biggest schedule guy. What do you guys think of a little bit less live streams and more just pre-recorded videos with the analysis? How do you guys feel about that? Because I know people tend to like those a lot too. I don't know if they like them more than live streams, but yeah. I mean, short term here, I still think you got a good shot in a 3 hour continuing forward. altcoins are pretty boring. Yeah, they've been boring for a while. So I mean, some consolidation, then hopefully jumping up a little bit more. If we look at some crypto funding rates, where are the funding rates? Funding rates, slightly positive for ETH. You know, depends what exchange you're looking at. I mean, in terms of all these, the highest volume is obviously going to be Binance. Bitget's pretty high too. Bybit's obviously very high. More people going along on Bybit. I mean, JUMPEX, it's negative, at least for ETH, so let the exchange pay. I think there's a lot of flopping gropers. I think people don't really know exactly what's happening right now. Let's see, 4 hour. Consolidation, I wouldn't get overly bearish on this. I mean, obviously anything could happen, but I mean, you know, I wouldn't expect this to like bring you down that much. I would expect like more of a, you know, something like that, or you know, retest of this, and you know what I mean, something like this, those situations. I'm not in Miami right now. I'm on the other side of the world. What's up, Al? Yeah, I'm in the other side of the world. Right now I'm in Thailand, so. But yeah, I think Miami's going to be okay. I've been kind of monitoring it. It doesn't seem like, I think we're going to get very lucky again. You know, I don't think there's going to be too much of an issue there, thankfully. I think in recent years, hurricanes have been a lot worse on the West Coast rather than the East Coast of Florida, which a good thing if you're on the East Coast, bad thing if you're on the West Coast. But yeah, hasn't been anything too bad on the East Coast in a minute. I mean, pretty wild that we have two hurricanes so quickly. Yeah, I'm having a great time. Appreciate that. I'll be in Bali next. I'm in Thailand right now, so yeah, probably gonna hang out outside of America until after the election. Let's see what happens. Paranoid, maybe not. You got the blood diamonds here. Yeah, Crow is freaking. Yeah, there's better things to try to go long on right now. Tampa is ground zero. Oh boy, don't be too negative, Johnny. Don't be too negative. I hope it's okay. I mean, it looks it's a Cat 4 right now. I mean, it does not look like a good situation. Let's see. I mean, 47 billion. I don't know. It wasn't Helen. It's Hurricane. That was the last. Milton, yeah. Cat 5. Oh boy. Okay, this is really starting to get, yeah, because it's going to hit in a day or two. Yeah, this is really starting to get bad. Oh, yeah, okay, percent, okay. Gotcha, James. Appreciate that. Appreciate the input. Yeah, usually they're more spread out, the hurricanes, which, yeah. Oh yeah, SEI. I have a little bit of both of the. I have more SEI, I think, but I'm not I couldn't explain really the difference of either of those two, really. Let's see. I just want to see. It's a Cat 5 already. Jeez. I mean, there's gonna be so many. Okay, that's Utica. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's. I mean, sometimes they overhype it, but obviously, I mean, it could be really bad. I mean, you know, latest. I mean, a lot could happen. Maybe it won't be as bad as people are saying, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's probably going to cause some major damage. But luckily, right, if you're in Miami, right over here, I think that's Miami, right? Right over here, you're okay. You're okay. Thankfully. Oh, is that from Simpsons, Milton? I forget what that's from. Let's look at SEI. Oh, but just let's just. Did I get ADD on the Pepe analysis? That was for the super chat. Did we finish this analysis? Yeah, I mean, I think you got a good shot of jumping through. I just think it doesn't have the steam it used to have, you know what I mean? Like, if you can break and hold this, then you might be able to toy with all-time highs. I mean, it's probably a big jump from, yeah, 45%. It could hit that. I don't, it looks bullish, but I don't know if I don't know. I feel like it's lost some of its steam. He's up a, yeah. Alluvium, let's see. Oh, geez, what happened with this? Oh, this got killed. Made a lower low. It could jump here. I would be careful. You know, it's starting to look a little bit like a dead project. You know, diversification. I think you'll get a jump here, but I'd be careful. It's all about diversification. A lot of these altcoins. Office space and burns. Oh, okay. Grad GRT. Yeah, well, it's one of the many altcoins with some potential. I think it looks decent on the charts. I think you could get up to 20 cents and then potentially 30. I think you got a good shot of getting quite a bit, you know, moving up quite a bit here. You know, that's a pretty catastrophic drop, 75%, but yeah, I think you could continue forward here. I like how it looks overall. So AVAX 2, I want to look at a little bit here. That I think you can make a rally back to $30 potentially on the trigger wave. The trigger wave is the big thing in a lot of these. Yeah, I mean, this market, everything looked terrible on some of these. You know, AVAX not as bad. The trigger wave's up, and now you're just really dodging those bullets here. So yeah. So it's Market Cipher. I believe there's a link down below for Market Cipher if you guys are interested. It's definitely not the cheapest indicator, but it's a lot of good stuff put together. I use it. Arrow, okay. We gotta look at Arrow. A lot of the stuff in the Cosmos ecosystem has been lackluster. That doesn't mean it can't, you know, eventually come back, but it's you know, it's all diversification. I mean, I view it all as kind of an index fund. I have a lot of this, so this can jump. Yeah, I mean, this absolutely can jump a bit more. You know, $1.50. I mean, if you really could break upward from this, you know, double bottom situation here, or whatever this is, you know, I mean, that's all-time highs, and if you break above there, 3 something. So you got a lot of potential here. You got a lot of potential. But I mean, it's like one of the many new coins. I mean, they all got potential. Let's look at XPRT actually. Let's see here if that's done any. Yeah. So yeah, it's done essentially nothing since July. I mean, it's still up from 23 lows, which is good, I guess. Yeah, trying to make a higher low. I mean, I wouldn't count it out just yet, but I wouldn't really count out anything just yet overall, other than Cardano. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do think Cardano's gonna do well too. Looking good into the 2-day, like everything else. Trying to hold these areas. I think you might. So yeah. No, what was the one that I would probably kind of count out? Yeah, Hex. I mean, coming up there, hitting this point, maybe continue forward, maybe not. But yeah, too many people already stream New York Open. That is a good point. A lot of people stream New York Open. This is old. Yeah, this is like a boomer coin. This has been around a while. Yeah. Anybody bought at the exact high in December 2017, you're still holding. Still holding, you're down 97%, you're still holding. Invested 10 grand, it's worth $300. Still holding. Yeah. Let's see here. So, that point right there. I wouldn't buy this. It looks okay in the two week. It'll probably do something, but you know, I don't think I would buy this. I don't own IOTA. I think you would probably at least get up to like 50 cents at some point, you know, 3 or 4x or something. We could look at flow, yeah. Did we look at flow last week? I'm trying to remember if we... I don't think that was last week. $80. No, I wouldn't have said $80. That's insane. The most I could eventually see this is like a 20x, so maybe like 12 or something. I don't think I said $80. Yeah, you pull my leg here. I wouldn't have said $80, I don't think. Trying to make a higher low. I think there could be some good things happening with this potentially. So yeah. It's a good one to have along with a lot of others. Trigger wave in the 2 week. I think that theta looks decent. Yeah, the 2 week, a lot of these, especially since it's held those lows pretty well from some Tebber. I think this could make a rally up to 2 something eventually. So yeah. And always appreciate you guys smashing the like button. We got 63 people viewing on YouTube, 35 on X. So about 100 people. Yeah, about 100 people. And always appreciate you guys checking out the Discord too if you want more content. And obviously if you guys want to trade, check out JUMPEX, which is essentially Fairdesk. They started a second exchange, I believe, to avoid regulation for longer, which I think is not a bad idea. I mean, if you're on a long right now, it's pretty good funding rates here. So, yeah. They generally have more negative funding rates, which is good if you're trying to long, but that's not gonna, yeah, I mean, not always be the case. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. If you guys sign up to any of the exchanges down below, deposit at least $100, give you 1 free month in the Discord. Just open a support ticket with your UID, and we'll get you sorted. Shrapnel? Isn't that a kind of metal, shrapnel? Isn't that something people do metal work with? Do handyman work with? Shrapnel. This is, I have looked at this. I don't remember looking at this, but I guess I did try some SR points on this. I don't know. It's hard to say. It looks bullish, but this, yeah, be careful. I don't know what the hell this is. It sounds like a meme coin. I mean, it could double. Yeah, it could come back. I don't know. It looks decent, but yeah. A prop firm, the one breakout, the one that I gotta talk about getting a link to that on my videos. I gotta talk to CryptoFace about that, but breakout's been the best one that I've used. Favorite altcoin pick, I don't have a, there's about 30 of them that, you know, I think have potential. So yeah. What's happening right now? I'm trying to jump from here. Let me look at, where is VWAP right now? Let's check out where VWAP is. So we're slightly below it. Maybe a drop down to these areas. We'll see what happens. It's, I guess, more of a swing long situation. It's up top 10. Yeah, top 10, really appreciate your super chat. Did I get ADD during the Pepe analysis? I mean, I think it looks good. I'm just a little bit concerned because I feel like it's just lost some steam as like its meme coin community and all that stuff. So I do think you got a good shot at jumping up higher, but it's, I don't know. I'm more neutral to bullish on it. Like, we got to break above this level, you know what I mean? Turbo. Yeah, I've heard of Turbo. We'll look at Turbo, then we'll look at Sol. Was this the all-time high here? Yeah, this is probably it. Yeah, big consolidation here. You know, if you were to break upward, you know, from this consolidation, you know, yeah, that would be a big jump. About 100% or more. I don't really see why it can't break up higher unless you get like a bear div on your 2 week. So yeah, I think there's potential. I don't think it looks as good as some other things I've looked at today, but I think overall it looks pretty good. I mean, you could reject from here, but if you can hold and break upward and market stays bullish, yeah, I could see a double, maybe even more. Let's see from that to that, if that. Interesting. That first point was kind of your top there. So the next point would be about double that big area. Game with an avalanche. Yeah, I think it's got potential. Let's look at Solana. What happened here? Did I lose all my spider lines in Solana? What is going on with this? Evan's soul chart. Is this that might be the, there we go, okay. Interesting how I had this. Well, that jumped up pretty well. Now we're rejecting from that point. This, yeah, I mean, it still looks concerning on the 3-day. Your money flow's okay, though. It looks like it's nullifying the bearishness on the 4-day. And, yeah, money flow's kind of coming up there. I mean, I feel like inevitably you should be able to break upward from 153 and then get up to 163. So it is, you know, it's choppy as hell. I mean, it takes its damn time here. I mean, Bitcoin at 70K, maybe 186 into, I mean, in most bullish case, 190 into election probably. It's a slow mover, man. I mean, you could try something like low risk, high reward with this. I'm trying to think of like a trade setup that I would try to. Yeah, I mean that's not a not a terrible idea. If you could hold this and continue bullish, yeah. You have to take some time to wait though. Turbo? Wait, what was the? Oh, shrapnel. Okay. Oh, I must have looked at that in Paul Barron. Yeah. It just sounds like a game or yeah, it sounds like a joke. Shrapnel. It's not. Shrapnel's a type of metal, right? Like what is some of these names? But yeah. No, I mean there's a lot. There's so many coins of potential, man. I mean it's just all, you know. And the coin with the most potential and the best developers and all the best stuff, that doesn't mean it's going to be successful. Somebody where they're all clowning around, nobody's doing anything right, they could be more successful. Look at all these meme coins. Israel about to retire? We don't know that though, right? I'm more of a technical trader, so I wouldn't trade based on that. From what I'm seeing right now, I wouldn't trade based on that. I don't think that's. I mean, if you're worried about that really crashing the market, it's probably not. I don't think that would really crash the market. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I haven't really been following that news too much, so maybe you know something I don't. But use your own due diligence. I mean, I follow the 4-year cycle in the charts the most, so yeah. It's like a traditional markets a little bit. So like crypto, NASDAQ looks like it's trying to, again, the same terminology, dodge the bearish bullet. That 5-day could be a little concerning, but it's looking better than it has in terms of money flow and all that. Trying to jump up to 500 or something. So yeah. Oh, fragments. Okay. Appreciate you, Kelly. Fun shooter game. Okay. Push to any more. Okay. Was it a PC? I don't even. This is probably such a stupid question that shows my ignorance. Is it a PC game? Like, how do you play these games? Is it on Xbox? Just PC? Like, what's it on? Is it on Mac? I know most games are not on Mac. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, others versus Bitcoin. That's probably still, yeah, not to the high it was at, but it's still decent. You know what I mean? It's still pretty good. So yeah. No, this looks good. I mean, yeah, it's just really it looks like this is time to get into alts. I mean, the thing with alts is it's just been, yeah, it's been a depressing thing. I mean, obviously you guys aren't afraid of them because you always ask me, look at all these obscure ones. But yeah, I mean, it's, even here, oh, that's a good sign. I mean, you could even, yeah, I mean, you could draw a little, it's a little bit subjective, but yeah, that's a big place too. I mean, that pocket, and then you get the bull div convert. Okay, a monthly bull div. Let's look at the 3-week. That's confirmed there. So far, that's been good. Yeah, I think this could be the bottom for this. I think that could be the bottom. If we look at ETH versus Bitcoin, I'm curious about how that's looking. Oh shoot, is that like almost? Oh my. Okay, we're still above. It looks like you want to reject from that. I feel like you won't, though. I feel like you might jump a little bit here. Could be wrong. It's still questionable in some of these larger time frames. That 2-week maybe. Bull div there. Ponky. Never heard of this. That sounds like a meme or a game or something. Yeah, it's kind of new. Trigger wave right there. That could easily bring you back up to 57 cents or something. It looks like you might be able to come up. Yeah, looking better on that 4-day. Yeah, I mean, the SEC, I saw that. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like XRP, it's just not meant to be with XRP. You know what I mean? XRP's cursed to begin with. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you've been waiting so long for something, you've been trying so long for something, you just keep failing and failing and failing. And then when you finally look like you're going to succeed, something weird happens, 1 in a million that makes you fail. It's just not meant to be. You know what I mean? It's just not meant to be. Like, I remember I was playing golf with some people, or I was playing golf with somebody, and he would never take the flag out, when you're putting. Do you guys take the flag out when you putt? I typically always take the flag out. And I think that's the way pros do it. And he would always keep the flag in. And I'm like, well, what if the flag prevents the ball from going in? And he's like, well, if in that case, rare case, if the flag prevents the ball from going in the hole, it just wasn't meant to be at that point, man. It just wasn't meant to be. That's like XRP. It's just not meant to be. I think you'll get to $1 at some point. Maybe even above there. We'll see. But XRP, just not meant to be. It's like a Tron. Oh, no, it's TRX. That's been jumping. I think you'll eventually get to new all-time highs. There's a lot of good stuff going on with them. I was at the Tron party in Singapore. Pretty good, pretty good. A lot of Mandarin. A lot of Mandarin. So, yeah. Trying to think here. Yeah, let's get to smash the like button, guys. I always appreciate that. How's Tesla doing? Yeah, it's just like that big area we're trying to. That's questionable. That may come down a little bit more. Everybody's seen him Elon Musk with the "Make America Great Again" hat, and it's like freaking. It's like a stump. All the other elites short this thing. Bill Gates right now is like, oh, fuck this guy. It doesn't look too good in the 3-hour. We'll see what happens though. Yeah, last week was very conflicting. Yeah. But we're dodging that bearish bullet so far. Dodging that bearish bullet. Really trying to dodge that bearish bullet. Yep. So yeah. Trying trying to jump up to 65, high 65s. Yeah, I think you'll get there. I mean, I think you'll get there. I mean, yeah, you already really. I mean, 63. I'm trying to think how you would. I mean, that's not a terrible idea here. It'll probably take some time. I mean, that could, take a week or two, but yeah. Thoughts on Louis Vuitton? The clothes? What about Louis Vuitton? Like the designer brand, like the quality of the clothes. I feel like all those brands, like, you look at all those brands, they look like clothes from Walmart. Like, I'm not, maybe I'm missing something here, but I feel like there's a, because if you're if you're in America and you're buying clothes at Walmart, like that's you're generally, it's really low income, at least for America, you know what I mean? But the type of clothes that you buy at Walmart kind of look like the type of clothes that are Louis Vuitton. It's like that parallel among the ultra rich and the ultra poor. It's kind of an interesting parallel because it's like, who has no income? The ultra poor and the ultra rich. You know what I mean? The ultra rich have no income because they own assets like Jeff Bezos, and they just refinance those assets so they don't have to pay taxes. Who doesn't pay taxes? The ultra rich and the ultra poor. Who wears clothes? And probably the quality of the clothes that the ultra poor buy at Walmart are probably similar to the quality of the clothes. Because Louis Vuitton, I've never bought Louis Vuitton or any of these designer brands, but the quality of their clothes is not any better than, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I feel like the highest quality clothes is really like Polo Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein. So yeah, let's do it. LV MU, I don't know what that is, Marco. Do I believe Bitcoin is better than XRP? If yes, then why developers Bitcoin create XRP? Because they saw the flaws that Bitcoin had. I think XRP just isn't meant to be, man. I mean, it could. I'm sure. I think it is better. I think it is better than Bitcoin. But I think there's plenty of companies that have been a lot better than Apple, than Amazon. There's been a lot of ideas and a lot of people that have been better than a lot of big companies, and they failed. So I'm not saying XRP is going to fail. I'm just saying that, like, if you bought it at the all-time high and you're still holding it, I mean, maybe it'll get up to whatever the hell, $3, relatively soon. Maybe not though. It's been a while. It's been some years. Adoptions with XRP. I don't follow that shit, man. I'm kidding. I don't know, but I mean, I don't. It's there's many, there's a lot of potential. There's probably potential in, how many cryptos are there? About 100,000 now. Like, how many? Let's look at good old coin market cap here. How many coins are there? I know it had a list. Like, how many cryptos are there? There's 2.4 million cryptos. I remember when this number was like 5 or 10,000. There's been so many cryptos. Out of these 2.4 million, there's probably a couple thousand that have potential. What makes XRP better than those? I mean, okay, the fundamentals you're arguing about, yes. What makes it not better? I mean, it's just price action has been terrible. But I mean, we'll see what happens. Attack, yeah. Wait, on the monthly, on what coin? Oh, I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, is this? Oh, this is Louis Vuitton? I didn't even know they were public. Oh, 300, but is this Louis Vuitton? I don't even. Yeah, monthly is decent. Yeah. They'll probably continue forward. Yeah, luxury items. I don't know. It's not something I know much about, but yeah. It's kind of the status symboling too that you can make a lot of money with generally. No, I wouldn't. I'm not saying to sell XRP. It's not any type of financial advice, but I'm saying that, you know, it probably will continue to bleed against Bitcoin. But yeah, how much patience? I mean, it's been how many years? 7 years since the all-time high. I mean, how long are you gonna wait for it? I mean, what if it doesn't hit a new all-time high in another 4 years? Then what? You know, then is it done? I mean, is it ever like? I mean, what if it's 10 years? Like, when do you give up? I don't know. The luxury brands generally, you know, I do pretty well. I would say if there's a recession, they would get hit hard. There's more and more status signaling and nonsense in in the world over time. I would argue that was a that was a nice drop down. I mean, he's one of the richest people in the world. What's his name? Bernard? Is it Bernard, the Louis Vuitton guy? Um, Even though like those Gucci jackets, man, that looks like crap from Walmart. Oh man, it's just pure status signaling at that point. Yeah, we can look at gold and silver. I mean, that's just boring, slowly, you know. Oh, okay. I think you're going to get to 2,800, yeah. It could be bumpy on the way there, but you'll get to 2,800, I think, and then maybe a pullback from that point. Silver as well, I think will generally continue forward. It could take time, but I think it'll break up from here and, you know, hit 36 and then 43, you know, these areas. They generally come back. I mean, they're boring. You know, it depends. I mean, if you want to have some stuff in gold and silver, it's a good hedge for a recession, I would argue. So yeah. Let's look at the SPY. So back at that major area. Blood diamond under 1 hour. Man. Money flow coming up there. I don't know. I would argue that like the NASDAQ, he probably could continue forward here. It is a little a little bit questionable. I don't know. It's like a chain link. I know a lot of people, including myself, do like chain link. Let's see here. BWAP and money flow coming up. I think you could continue. This could be actually a pretty that similar trade on that daily to a lot of other things. Yeah. I mean, just going like that, it's a 101. If you get more conservative with the stop, you could probably eke out something like that. Yeah. Link is similar to XRP in terms of what? Fundamentals? Bitcoin Cash. That could be interesting here. Big area to hold. Bitcoin Cash could be a decent buy. Although, I mean, you know, it's like you're just looking at, I mean, it's just, I'd probably rather buy this than XRP. It's on a better run. You know what I mean? It's making higher lows. It's on a better run than XRP, in my opinion. Versus Bitcoin is trash. But it's hitting a big point, though. That's the thing. What was I going to say? XRP, BTC. Point. Yeah, this doesn't even really, I mean, that could have been the low here. Just look at it. This looks like, I mean, it's only gone down against Bitcoin at that point. Maybe it'll jump here. Maybe it'll continue. I don't know. But this chart is like the most, really, it's just so boring. They don't perform better, thank Keith. Yeah, I mean, ETH versus Bitcoin. I mean, a lot of, I think this could be, I mean, I've said it before, I think we're getting to that point where the alts are really bottoming out. We got to see, you got the next meeting coming up in about a month. So yeah. Interesting, the pulse channel, God, let's look at that here. So that's on MEXC. Okay, that had a nice run up. Was listed in June. About 100% there. This could be, that would probably be the gamble. I'd probably rather mess with this than Hex. I don't know. But I think it's kind of dead overall. You know what I mean? Like nobody's willing to list it, like, except MEXC. How's their token doing? That's a good question. Down. Big point to potentially jump off of, but be careful. I've had some other, like, is it? This was the BitGet token, I think. Ooh. That's, okay, yeah, that was a bad situation there, but now you're trying to fight back. Some of these exchanges, like, I mean, I don't use BitGet anymore. In terms of KYC exchanges, I mean, MEXC is still good. Bybit's probably the highest liquidity, probably the best one to do there. In terms of KYC, I would say. Non-KYC, I mean, I like JUMPEX. You know, BloFin's great. So, yeah. Banks and special interests are lobbying against XRP. Yeah, I mean, it's just not it's not meant to be, man. It's like when you keep the flag in while you're putting in golf, and because of the flag, the ball doesn't go in. It's just not meant to be. I don't know. I just don't. From a technical perspective, XRP is just not, like, it's just not there. You know what I mean? Like, it reminds me of freaking, like, looking at AT&T stock. You know what I mean? It's just like all, I mean, not this extreme, but just slight keeps going down. You know what I mean? Like, just freaking keeps. Nice jump up, but yeah. Mirror protocol, yeah, Gala. Look at Gala, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so this and Alluvium kind of got killed. I think you could jump from here. I think you got a good shot of continuing forward. Before I look at, I just want to look at Zcash quickly. What has that done? Trying to jump here. That could continue forward, Zcash. Mirror. That's too new, I feel like. Trying to make a higher low. I mean, yeah, like everything else. I mean, it's hard to say, but I do think it looks bullish overall. Either here or nothing for a lot of these. I'll say that. Either there or nothing. Let's see. XRP. Doge. Dog coin. Is there a dog coin? Just, I'm so used to writing it with. That's crazy. There's no dog coin. Oh no, there is. There is. There had to be. Doge looks decent though. Dog coin. Oh wow, that's pretty new actually. It's new on Bitcoin, yeah. Jumping up dog coin, guys. Dog coin. How about Popcat? That's been Getting some, yep, yeah. I was talking about that level. I was talking about the $1.50 or whatever. That's September, and then yeah, 60% upward. Nice. Pop count. There's so much of this shit. How's Phantom doing? Trying to jump higher. I think you might be able to continue trigger with that 2 week on everything. Looks pretty good. So yeah, I mean, moral of the story, we dodged the bearish bullet. We're probably going to continue forward. You know, I was wrong to say that we were probably going to go down to 52K. It's looking less likely now. As always, anything could happen. I mean, if that 5 day turns around, if that 4 day turns around, then you're back in the cards for 52K. As of right now, it looks like you're dodging that bullet. So yeah. Not too much else to really talk about at the moment, guys. Probably going to wrap it up in a minute. But yeah, trying to do some stuff here. If you guys are interested in JUMPEX, the link is down below. Really good promo going on right now for the deposit bonus. BloFin as well, the one on BloFin. If you deposit any amount, they give you 10% up to 2K. So if you deposit, like, the most you could do it with is if you deposit 20K, you could get 2K worth of futures trading bonus, 10%. So check that out. And then Bybit is great for the higher liquidity, like whales, you know, big boy trading. So yeah, and if you guys are interested in that, check it out. Link down below. If you guys sign up to any of those links down below, deposit at least $100, and then open a support ticket with your UID down below, I will give you 1 free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. So check that out. I think it's a really good offer. 100K, you're at 105. Okay. I mean, if you're at 105, I mean, that's some level of skill. I think you should be able to get it. 5%. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it looks like we should be able to keep going here. Looks like we should be able to do well. Hopefully. Jump up to that at 2,600. I mean, we really dodged a freaking bearish bullet as hell here. I mean, it was looking atrocious. We really got lucky. The 5 day is still the bearish case, but it's looking more like, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's just not enough people really going along yet to, you know, kill us yet, you know. And that could be that low bottom there, higher low, you know what I mean? Same situation there. That's our bottom, higher low. Continue forward. So, yeah. The thing that I'm kind of looking at to maybe convert some more Bitcoin over into Ethereum is, if you look at this chart, the 2 week bull div, I would say, yeah, that 2 week bull div, you know, next green on that 2 week. I want to look at the 3 week here, because yeah, all this is like maybe the 3 week bull div as well, because that money flow is deep, man. That's some deep money flow right to that point. There, making a higher low, trying to. So yeah. I mean, if you got up to 105 and you're actually using good risk management and you know what you're doing, I think I don't see any reason why you can't, you know, continue forward and get funded and continue doing well with that. Be careful with the psychology though. Don't get too caught up with, you know, things, you know. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. You gotta be like a robot to a certain extent. BNB trying to fight back a little bit. I think that might be able to continue. I mean, what isn't dead? What altcoin isn't dead? Vestige. What's not dead? What should I convert Bitcoin to? But yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Always appreciate you guys. More Sol. Let's look at Sol Bitcoin. That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, you're still... I mean, this looks like it could drop off. It probably won't, though. Yeah, trigger wave right there. That's in between. I would assume you'd probably be able to keep jumping. Maybe that monthly's bad, though. In between here. So, yeah. But yeah, appreciate you, Dom boys. So yeah, I'll I'll see you guys. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the Discord soon. Check that out. Link down below. Smash the like button.